All right, so we're gonna break it down into 3 steps today. Step number 1, getting to the wave. Step number 2, catching the wave. Step number 3, standing up. I'll take care of step number 2 for you. I'm gonna give you a push. So really all you gotta do is get back to me and then stand up when I yell. When it comes to step number 1, getting to the wave, when we paddle, we wanna make sure our hands are closed versus open. They're just better paddlers that way. Left, right. Give you more control, while both at the same time will kind of shoot you straight ahead. If you want to turn to the left, you're going to paddle just with your right arm. To turn to the right, you're going to paddle just with your left. If you need to turn the board 90 degrees or more, it's going to be backwards with one hand, forward with the other. As you're paddling out into the ocean, if the wave is coming towards you, you have to push up on the board to make sure that that wave doesn't hit you in the face, and that also allows the board to go over the wave versus getting tumbled around. Once you get back to me, I'll get you turned around, get you ready, and then I'll give you that push and you'll be on your way. I'm going to show you a 3-step pop-up. Technically, steps 1 and 2 are extra, but I'm breaking it down for you guys so you have some good success and a lot of fun out in the water. First and foremost, your first rule of thumb is you always want to make sure you're looking straight. Look straight, go straight, look down, fall down. Ready position, whether you are paddling for a wave or waiting for the push, you always want to make sure your hands are here at your armpits. So eyes straight ahead, hands at armpits, push-up hands, not gripping hands. This is your ready position. I'll give you that push when the wave comes, you'll hear me yell up. We're going to do 3 steps. I'm going to do it all in a row and then I'll break it down for you. It's going to be 1, 2, and then 3. Breaking that down, step number 1 is going to be to bring your knees to where your hips are touching the board. We're trying to keep that center of gravity same place at all times while we're on the wave. So we got to pop those knees forward. If you just push up into all fours like this, you're slamming on the brakes. And if you jump forward, you're going to sink the nose and fly over the front. So just a quick little pop-up, knees to hips. Step number 2 is going to be to put your front foot in this box you have created between your knees and your hands. It's going to be your left or your right. This was predetermined by birth. Just go with what your brain decides for you. Most people do left. Surfing terminology, that's going to be regular foot. Some people do their right foot. Surfing terminology, goofy foot. We're going to take that foot and put it right here in that box. So that's step number 2. Step number 3 is the standing up part, but it's not really standing up because standing up would be this. And you're going right in. We're just going to turn our front toes and drop our back heel. So from here to here. We want to make sure we keep our knees bent. And again, our eyes forward. Closing off that stance so our feet are perpendicular with the board itself. If you stand straight up, you're going to really hear me yell really quickly, bend your knees, because I want you down in your surfing position. Arms can either be front and back, or side to side, which is ever more comfortable for you in your balance. If you do front and back, just keep in mind that camera is going to be on the front of the board, so we don't want to do a top to the hand. Move the hand a little bit so we can see your face. If we do side to side, I prefer double shakas for balance. One shaka may cause you to fall into the water. Bigger boards we're using today, they are not high-performance surfboards. They're meant to be easier to paddle, have a good time out in the water. Main controls you're going to have is speed up and slow down. Speed up, we're going to get our hip over our front foot. Slow down, we're going to get our hip over our back foot. If you're all gas, water's going to start to spray at the front, and you're going to fly over the front. If you're all brakes, nose comes out of the water, wave goes on without you. As you're riding on that wave, you're going to feel it start to slow down. You have 2 options. 1, jump in the water. If you have lost your balance, do not try to get back on the board. You're just going to bounce right off. But if you have a nice controlled stance and feel good and that board is slowing down, we're just going to reverse our steps to get back down on the board. If you do this and the board is still on that wave, you're going to continue to travel. So to slam on the brakes, you're going to stick both your hands in the water. As mentioned, if you lose your balance, we're in the ocean, you're going to get wet. If you're falling face first, hands in or out. We don't want to put them down because you may find a sharp rock. If you're falling backwards, don't just trust fall and accept your fate. Try to actively splash, land on your sides. Take a moment, float, and then put your feet down. At this location that we're surfing, it's totally okay to walk around out there. That's why I provided the reef shoes for you. Our safest place is always going to be on the surfboard itself.